Elena, stop lying, I said, my voice shaking. You know I never imagined those things. You twisted what I told you in private. She tilted her chin, eyes sharp. You told me you hear whispers at night. You told me shadows followed you. What else should I call it, Your Honor, except insanity? My throat went dry. Those were fears.
Confessions between husband and wife.
Not madness, the judge leaned forward. Mr. Grant, answer carefully. Did you or did you not claim to hear voices? I gripped the wooden stand so hard my knuckles turned white. I said I felt haunted by betrayal, haunted by stress. It was a figure of speech. Elena laughed softly, that bitter laugh I once loved. A figure of speech? You paced our bedroom at night, muttering to yourself? You scared me. You scared everyone? Everyone? I snapped. Or just you when you were sneaking away to meet Richard before our marriage even ended. Her lawyer jumped. Objection. Irrelevant character attack. Sustained, the judge replied coldly. My chest burned. I am not insane. I am a man betrayed. Elena's eyes gleamed with victory. There it is, Your Honor. He can't control his temper. He sees betrayal where there is none. He's paranoid, unstable. Unstable? I whispered. I gave you everything. I trusted you. You took my words, my fears, and turned them into weapons. Her lawyer stepped closer to the bench. Mr. Grant, please tell the court. Did you once tell Elena that someone was whispering in your ear when you worked late? Yes, I admitted, because she asked why I was distracted. I said it felt like someone was whispering doubts. But it wasn't real, it was stress, exhaustion. Elena cut me off. You can hear him now, can't you? You hear voices even here. I shook my head violently. Stop, don't do this. The judge raised his hand. Control yourself, Mr. Grant. Control? I said bitterly. I spent years controlling myself while she lied to me. And now she stands here lying again, and you all nod like it's truth. Elena's voice softened, pretending to tremble. I loved him, Your Honor, but I feared for my safety. He ranted about people plotting against him. He accused me of betrayal. He would stare at shadows for hours. I couldn't live like that. That's not true, I shouted. I stared at shadows because I couldn't trust the woman beside me. I accused you because you gave me reasons to doubt. Don't twist it into madness, the judge slammed his gavel. Order! Mr. Grant, another outburst and I'll have you removed. I bit my tongue so hard I tasted blood. My hands trembled. Her lawyer smirked. No further questions, Your Honor. The evidence speaks for itself. The judge turned his gaze to me. Do you have any witnesses to your sanity? Any proof you are not as unstable as she claims? I wanted to scream that my whole life was proof. That my career, my friendships, my past all showed stability. But as I looked into the courtroom, I saw doubt in every face. Even my own family sat stiff, eyes lowered. I whispered, Mother, do you believe me? She didn't answer. Elena, I said, voice cracking, tell them the truth. Tell them you're doing this because you wanted freedom, not because I was insane. Her lips curved into that cold smile. The truth is already out, the judge leaned back. Mr. Grant, based on the testimonies and lack of contrary evidence, I must conclude your mental state is compromised. Custody and property decisions will follow accordingly. I staggered. Compromised? You're branding me insane based on her lies? Elena pressed a hand to her chest, feigning hurt. I never wanted to say these things. But the truth must be spoken. The truth? My voice cracked. You destroyed me with lies, Elena. And everyone here. I turned, scanning the court. You all nod because it's easier to believe her than believe me. Because it's cleaner to call me mad than to face her betrayal. Mr. Grant, the judge barked. I lowered my head. My voice dropped to a whisper. So be it. If madness is what you want from me, then madness is what you'll remember. The gavel struck. This hearing is adjourned. Chairs scraped. People murmured. Elena walked past me, perfume sharp in the air. She leaned close enough that only I could hear. You'll never prove me wrong, she whispered. You'll be the insane one forever. My breath caught. You destroyed me, Elena, but remember, lies echo louder than truth. One day you'll hear my voice again. She smirked and left, hand in her lawyer's arm. I stood alone in the courtroom, humiliated, betrayed, stripped of dignity. The word insane clung to me like a curse, and in the silence that followed I swore under my breath, if she wants to call me insane, let her. One day she'll learn what true madness feels like. Mark, you need to eat something, Michael said, sliding a plate toward me. I pushed it back. I'm not hungry. You've said that for 3 days. 3 days? Try 3 months, I muttered. Since she stood in court and branded me a lunatic, I haven't had an appetite for anything. Michael leaned across the table. You can't let her win like this. She already did, I said bitterly. I lost my job last week. My boss looked me in the eye and said, we can't have unstable people around clients. He used her words, Michael. Her words became truth. He clenched his jaw. Cowards. Every one of them. I walked into church last Sunday, I continued. I heard the whispers. There goes the crazy husband. Nobody sat beside me. Not even my own cousin. Michael's eyes darkened. And Elena? Where is she now? I laughed, hollow and sharp. Celebrating. She married Richard. The rich savior, the respectable businessman. The photos are everywhere, her in white again, smiling like she never ruined my life. Michael swore under his breath. Richard Hughes? The guy with 3 houses and a fleet of cars? Yes. I dug my fingers into my hair. The man she swore was just a business contact. The one I accused her of sneaking off to meet. She called me paranoid. Now she's his wife. Michael slammed the table. And people still call you insane? Because it's easier, I said quietly. Easier to believe her story than admit she betrayed me. Lies are convenient. Truth is messy. For a moment we sat in silence, the diner buzzing around us. Then Michael leaned closer. So what now? You can't just rot in this apartment. I stared at the coffee in front of me, cold and untouched. At night, I hear myself asking the same question. What now? What's left of me? I used to be respected. I had friends, colleagues. Now all I have is silence, and even that feels poisoned. Don't talk like that, he warned. Why not? She took my reputation, my career, my place in the world. People crossed the street to avoid me. What else do you call it but poisoned silence? Michael grabbed my arm. Then fight. Prove them wrong. How? My voice cracked. They saw me in court. They heard her paint me as unstable. They believed it. I'm not a lawyer, not a politician. I don't have her charm. All I have is... I stopped, shaking my head. He studied me. All you have is what? A whisper, I admitted. Not in my ear, not like the lies she told. A whisper in my mind. A thought I can't shake. Revenge. Michael's grip loosened. Revenge? Mark, I don't mean murder or madness, I said quickly. I mean justice, balance. She called me insane while she lied. She built her new life on the ruins of mine. One day that lie will rot her from the inside. And when it happens, I'll be there. I'll watch it burn, he sighed, rubbing his forehead. You're scaring me now, I laughed bitterly. Don't worry. I won't raise a hand against her. I don't need to. She already carries the weight of what she did. All I have to do is wait. Michael looked at me with a mix of pity and fear. You're not the same man I knew. No, I said. That man died in that courtroom. What's left is... Something else, he tried again. You can rebuild, find work. Move somewhere new. Start over. Start over? I shook my head. How do you start over when your name itself is cursed? I send out resumes and hear nothing. My phone doesn't ring. Friends stopped calling. Even family avoids me. Michael's eyes softened. I still believe you. The words almost broke me. Do you? Yes, because I was there. I saw how she looked at Richard even before your divorce. I know you weren't imagining it. For the first time in weeks, my chest loosened. Thank you. But belief isn't enough, he added firmly. You need purpose. You need a plan. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. A plan, yes. Something more than sitting here, drowning in whispers. Michael watched me carefully. Promise me you won't do anything reckless. I promise nothing, I said softly. But I'll tell you this, her laughter echoes in my head every night. And one day, I'll turn that echo back on her. Michael said nothing. He just sat there, the weight of my words settling between us. Mark, you're not going to believe this, Michael said, sliding into the booth across from me. His eyes darted around the cafe like he was hiding state secrets. I raised an eyebrow. At this point, Michael, I'll believe almost anything. He leaned in. Richard's been hearing voices. My coffee cup froze halfway to my lips. What did you just say? You heard me. People at his firm are whispering about it. He's been snapping at staff, yelling at empty corners. He swears he hears someone talking to him when Elena's in the room. I set the cup down carefully. And what exactly does he hear? Michael's voice dropped. Your voice, Mark. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. My voice? He nodded. He tells people it's you. Whispering doubts, mocking him, telling him Elena's lying. A laugh burst from me, sharp and hollow. So let me get this straight. Elena calls me insane, destroys my life, and now her shiny new husband hears my voice in his head? Michael didn't smile. It's serious. He's losing it. I rubbed my face, torn between shock and grim satisfaction. Karma has a twisted sense of humor. Michael pointed a finger at me. Don't even joke about this. People already think you're unstable. If anyone believes you're behind it? How? I snapped. Do they think I crawl into his bedroom at night and whisper in his ear? That I haunt him with my laughter. I haven't even seen the man. Michael exhaled. I'm just saying, be careful. The thought twisted in my mind like a knife. My voice. The same words Elena once threw at me. Delusional, paranoid, now haunted her new husband. Does Elena know? I asked quietly. She knows, Michael said. She's trying to cover it up. But the cracks are showing. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. Good. Let her feel the weight of doubt for once. Before Michael could reply, a soft voice came from the booth behind us. Mark? I turned and froze. Sophia, Elena's closest friend. She slid into the seat beside me, her eyes filled with something I hadn't seen in months, pity. Don't look so shocked, she said gently. I'm not here to gloat. I narrowed my eyes. Then why are you here? She hesitated. Because I wanted to see how you're holding up, and because I think you should know the truth. Michael crossed his arms. What truth? Sophia looked at me directly. Richard isn't well. He swears he hears Mark's voice at night. Sometimes he wakes Elena, accusing her of lying, of sneaking around. He said he hears whispers of betrayal. My heart pounded. Did Elena tell you this herself? Yes, Sophia admitted. She called me in tears last week. She's terrified. She says Richard's obsession with your name is destroying their marriage. I almost laughed. Terrified? She wasn't terrified when she stood in court and painted me as insane. She wasn't terrified when she remarried before the ink on our divorce was dry. Sophia lowered her gaze. I didn't agree with what she did. I told her it was cruel. But Elena never listens to anyone, Michael muttered. Now her cruelty's coming back for her. Sophia touched my hand lightly. Mark, tell me honestly, are you doing something? Are you contacting him somehow? Playing tricks? I pulled my hand away. No, I don't need to. Their guilt is louder than anything I could say. She studied me for a long moment. Then maybe this really is karma. The word hung between us like a curse and a blessing. I whispered, she called me insane. Now she shares a bed with a man unraveling because of me, or because of her lies. Which is worse? Michael shook his head. Don't let this consume you, Mark. Just let it play out. Sophia's eyes softened. I don't know if I should tell you this, but Elena confessed something. She said sometimes she hears it too. A faint whisper. Like your voice mocking her, a chill ran through me. She hears it too? Yes, I leaned forward, my voice low. Then maybe it isn't me haunting them. Maybe it's the truth they buried, Sophia whispered. What are you going to do? I sat back, a bitter smile forming. Nothing. I'll watch. I'll wait. If they think I'm the ghost that haunts them, so be it. Let the lies eat them alive, Michael groaned. Mark! I cut him off. For once, I don't have to fight. The fight is in their heads now. And Elena! Elena will know what it feels like to be the one doubted, the one branded insane. Sophia shivered. I almost pity her. Don't, I said coldly. She made her choice. Now let her hear my voice in the dark until it drives her mad. I sat in the cafe corner, listening. Mutual friends never realized how loudly they gossiped when wine blurred their judgment. He shouted at her again, Sophia whispered, at dinner. Said he hears his voice, mocking, laughing. Richard? David asked, his tone skeptical. You're telling me the man screamed about ghosts at a restaurant? Sophia nodded quickly. Not ghosts, him. He said he hears him whenever Elena opens her mouth. I leaned forward, unable to stop myself. What exactly did he say? Sophia stiffened, caught off guard. You shouldn't tell me, I insisted. She hesitated, then lowered her voice. He said he hears you. Your laughter. Your whisper. That when Elena speaks, it's like your words crawl through her lips, David scoffed. Ridiculous. Richard's been under stress. Deals collapsing, investors circling. Men in his position break. Breaks don't sound like that, Sophia shot back. His eyes, he looked. Haunted. I bit my lip, tasting blood. And Elena? Denied it, of course, Sophia said. But her hands shook. She kept saying he was imagining things. And then what? Sophia's voice cracked. He called her insane. Over and over, loud enough that everyone stared. The words struck me like a whip. He's insane. The same knife Elena once plunged into me. David shook his head. Maybe she deserves it. She played games with you and now Richard suffers the same poison. Careful, Sophia warned. You're assuming she lies. I don't assume, David replied coolly. I've watched her work. She twists stories, bends facts. Richard built an empire, and now he stumbles because of whispers in his own home. Convenient, I exhaled sharply. Do people believe him? Some laugh, Sophia admitted. Others worry. But the more he talks, the more isolated he looks. Elena smiles through it, but you can see the cracks. David turned toward me, studying. You look satisfied, I met his gaze. Satisfied? No, I just recognized the irony. She once told the world I was broken, and now her husband screams the same at her. Sophia reached across the table. Don't enjoy this, please. It's cruel. Cruel? My voice trembled. Do you remember the courtroom? The way she looked at me while calling me delusional? My family believed her. My name burned in every whisper. Cruel was her weapon. Silence pressed between us until David muttered, Karma has a sharp memory. Sophia shook her head. Karma or not, Richard's unraveling isn't justice. It's tragedy. I closed my eyes for a moment. Richard's voice echoed in my mind. Though I hadn't heard it myself, the image was clear. Him shouting, veins raised, Elena shrinking. My anger didn't flare this time. Instead, a heavy calm spread through me. Maybe tragedy and justice sometimes look the same, I whispered. David smirked. Maybe? Sophia frowned, her concern deepening. Don't let this consume you. You're speaking like you wanted this to happen. I didn't, I said firmly. But I won't deny the peace it brings me. For once she tastes what she fed me. For once the words insane don't cling to me, they cling to her. Her lips parted, but no words came. David stood, sliding his jacket over his arm. Well, if Richard keeps shouting ghosts at dinner, he'll lose clients. Investors hate madness, he glanced at me. And when his empire crumbles, perhaps you'll finally stand taller than them both. I stared at my reflection in the cafe's dark window. My face looked older, harder, but steadier. Sophia's voice softened. Revenge won't heal you. I didn't look away from the glass. Maybe not, but it keeps me breathing. The conversation ended there, but the echoes followed me long into the night. Richard's voice, Elena's denial, Sophia's pity, David's skepticism, woven into a chorus I couldn't silence. And in the quiet of my room, I finally whispered to myself, I'm not insane. Not anymore. The hall buzzed with laughter and the clinking of glasses. My footsteps echoed against marble as I entered, and silence followed me like a shadow. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Elena, someone whispered. It's him. I stood taller than I ever had. No slouch, no shame. My eyes searched and found her. Elena froze, her champagne trembling in her hand. Beside her, Richard's face paled as if he'd seen a ghost. You, he growled, storming forward. What the hell are you doing here? I smiled lightly. Enjoying the evening, same as everyone else. Liar. His voice cracked. You've been following us. Whispering at night. Laughing when no one else is there. Murmurs spread. Guests leaned closer. My heart thudded, but I kept my voice steady. I haven't whispered a word to you, Richard. Not until now. Elena's lips parted, fear flickering in her eyes. Stop this. Just leave. Leave? I tilted my head. Strange request, considering you dragged me into court once to declare me unstable. Now your husband screams my name into empty rooms and I'm the one told to leave? Clara, Elena's cousin, stepped between us, her jaw tight. This is sick. You're feeding on their misery. Admit it, you've been tormenting him. Torment? I chuckled, shaking my head. Clara, if I had such power, don't you think I would have used it when Elena was destroying me? No, I don't need to haunt anyone. Truth does the work for me, Richard's fist clenched. Don't play games! Every night I hear you. Your voice. Your laughter. You crawl inside my head. Gasps circled the room. A man muttered, He really said that? I stepped closer, lowering my tone so only Richard and Elena could hear. If you hear me when I'm not there, maybe it's not me you fear. Maybe it's her. Elena stiffened, shaking her head quickly. No, don't twist this. He's lying. I smiled at her. Sound familiar, Elena? You told the same words about me once. And everyone believed you. Her hand trembled so badly the glass slipped, shattering on the floor. The sharp crack echoed like punctuation to my words. Clara raised her voice. Enough, you're cruel. Whatever happened between you two, dragging it here is monstrous. I turned my gaze on her. Cruelty is Elena's art, Clara. She called me insane, destroyed my name, and married a man who now screams those same words back at her. Tell me, do you call that coincidence? Richard's breathing grew ragged. His eyes darted around the hall, wild. He's in my head now. He's speaking even when he's silent. Can't you hear it? Guests exchanged worried looks. Some edged away. Others leaned in, hungry for drama. Elena, I said calmly, does it hurt? To watch your fortress crumble from within? To hear your husband repeat the very curse you placed on me? Her face flushed red. You're sick. No, I whispered. I'm free. Richard suddenly lunged forward, gripping my collar. Tell me the truth. Are you haunting me? The room froze. I didn't flinch. I looked him dead in the eye. If you hear me in the dark, it's not because I'm there. It's because she brought me with her into your home. He shoved me back, shaking. Lies! Elena, I said louder, ignoring him. Remember the courtroom? Your exact words? He's insane. Look at your husband now. Say those words again. Say them to him. Her mouth opened, but no sound came. The silence was heavier than any shout. Clara grabbed Elena's arm. We're leaving, but Richard didn't move. His eyes locked on me, desperate. If you're not doing this, then why do I hear you? I leaned close, my voice sharp as glass. Because guilt echoes louder than ghosts, his grip faltered. He staggered back, trembling. The crowd erupted into whispers. Guilt, ghosts. Did you hear? I straightened my jacket, surveying the hall. Dozens of eyes watched me, some fearful, some admiring. For the first time in years, I wasn't the broken man in the corner. I was the one holding the room in silence. Elena whispered to herself, This isn't happening. It is, I answered. And it's only the beginning. With that, I turned and walked through the parted crowd. Every step felt heavier yet liberating. Gasps followed me out the door, but no one dared stop me. Behind me, Richard shouted something incoherent, his voice cracking with rage and fear. Elena's sobs tangled with Clara's urgent pleas, but I didn't look back. Not once. Outside, the night air filled my lungs. For the first time, I felt taller than the shadows, and though revenge hadn't been my plan, every word, every glance tonight tasted like justice. The stories reached me through whispers first. Clients walking out of meetings, Richard shouting about voices no one else heard, glasses shattering against polished floors. His empire was cracking. Michael called me late at night. You should have seen him. He threw his phone at the wall during a board meeting. Screamed your name like you were sitting in the room. I laughed under my breath. And what did Elena do? She begged him to calm down. He told her you were in the corner laughing. There was no one there, of course. Of course. Days later, I saw them outside the clinic. Elena clutched Richard's arm. He pulled away violently. Richard, she whispered. Please, just talk to Dr. Harris. He'll help you. I don't need a damn doctor, Richard shouted, drawing stares from passers-by. What I need is for him to stop crawling into my head. His finger jabbed toward me, though I was standing across the street. I raised my brow and crossed the road slowly. Still hearing me, Richard? You shut your mouth. He barked, stepping back. You're poisoning everything. Elena's voice shook. Please, both of you, not here. I leaned close enough for them alone to hear. Funny, isn't it, Elena? You once swore I was delusional. Now you're dragging your new husband to a psychiatrist. Her lips trembled. You're sick. No, I whispered. I'm patient, Richard growled, pushing past her. I'll prove it. Dr. Harris will know the truth. Later, Michael told me about the session. Doctor asked him simple questions, Michael said. Richard ranted about your voice. Said you taunted him in the dark, mocked him during breakfast, laughed in business meetings. And what did the doctor say? I asked. Michael grinned. Dr. Harris leaned back and said, Voices like these are born inside, not outside. Richard nearly flipped the chair. The thought of it warmed me in a way I didn't know I could feel again. Elena cornered me a week later in the cafe where she once mocked me with her friends. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Her voice was tight, brittle. I sipped my coffee slowly. Enjoying? No, relishing? Maybe you think this proves something? That I was wrong about you? I leaned forward. You were wrong. Not because Richard's breaking down, but because I never had to lift a finger. This is all you. Your lies, your betrayal. Now it's your husband's voice shouting the same word you used against me. Insane. She slammed her palm on the table. Stop it! Heads turned. She lowered her tone. I'm begging you, just disappear. He's getting worse. Beg louder, I said softly. I like the sound of it. Her eyes filled with tears. Why won't you leave us alone? I already did, I said, standing. You just can't escape yourself. That night, Michael called again. Richard lost another client. Threw a glass during dinner. Elena begged him to take medication. He accused her of siding with you, I chuckled bitterly. Poetic, Michael hesitated. Do you ever feel guilty? Watching this? I paused, letting silence stretch. No, because guilt is what they taste now, not me. And as I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, I realized I hadn't moved a single piece on their board. Their game was destroying itself. I was only the witness, savoring every crack in their glass palace. The storm rattled the windows, rain pounding like fists against glass. I heard the knock before I saw him. Slow, heavy, desperate. When I opened the door, Richard stood there drenched, eyes sunken, face pale like he hadn't slept in weeks. You, he whispered, almost broken. You won't leave me alone, I stepped aside. Come in before you drown. He staggered inside, dripping water onto the floor. His hand shook as he pointed at me. You laugh in my sleep. I hear you every night. Your voice whispers things I don't want to know. Elena's lies, her secrets. All of it, how do you do it? I closed the door quietly. Do what? His chest heaved. Don't play with me. You tell me things no one else knows. Like the letters she burned, the names she swore she never spoke. How can you know those unless you're inside my head? I tilted my head. Maybe I am, he flinched like I'd struck him. So you admit it? I smiled faintly. Or maybe you're just insane. The words hit him harder than any fist. He stumbled back against the wall, shaking. No, don't say that. But isn't that what Elena told the court? I stepped closer, my voice low, sharp. That's what she made everyone believe about me. Maybe now it's true for you. His breathing broke into short gasps. Stop! Stop! Thunder cracked outside, drowning his whimper. His eyes darted around the room like he expected me to split into a dozen shadows. Richard, I said softly, if you're hearing my voice, maybe it's not me haunting you. Maybe it's your conscience. Maybe you already know what she's capable of, but you're too afraid to face it. He covered his ears. No, it's you! I hear you. And yet, I whispered, leaning close, you came here to beg me to stop. His knees buckled. He slid down the wall, trembling, muttering my name like a prayer gone wrong. The door burst open then. Elena stumbled in, hair soaked, mascara running. She must have followed him. Richard, she cried, rushing to him. What are you doing here? He looked up at her with hollow eyes. He won't leave me. He's everywhere. Her gaze snapped to me, filled with venom and fear. You've ruined us. You've ruined everything. I didn't move. I've done nothing. He came here on his own. You liar! She clawed at her hair, screaming. You've been poisoning him! Whispering, taunting, laughing. You wanted revenge? Well, you got it. I let her words hang in the air before speaking quietly. No, Elena, this was always yours. You built it. You fed it. You threw me into fire and called me mad. Now the fire's inside your home, she trembled violently. You wanted me destroyed. I shook my head. I wanted truth. And the truth is finally burning through. Richard clutched her wrist, his voice a broken rasp. He's right. You lied to me. I hear it. Every night he tells me. You lied. Her eyes widened, horror dawning. No, Richard, no. Don't listen to him. He shoved her back weakly. Your secrets echo in his voice. You can't hide them anymore. She turned to me, rage and terror twisting together. You're a monster. I stared at her, the storm flashing behind her silhouette. Am I, or am I just the justice you earned? Her scream cracked the room. I hate you. You've ruined my life. Lightning lit her face, streaked with tears, eyes wild. For a moment, I almost pitied her. Almost. I said nothing. My silence was sharper than any reply. Richard pressed his palms to his ears, rocking. "Make it stop, please." I crouched beside him. "I can't make guilt stop. That belongs to you. To both of you," Elena sobbed, collapsing into the chair, her voice hoarse. "Why won't you just disappear?" I looked at her steadily. "Because you never let me. You carried me with you into your lies, and now he carries me too." For a long moment, only the storm spoke. Thunder rolled like judgment, rain drummed like applause. Inside, Elena wept brokenly, Richard muttered my name, and I stood between them, wondering if I was still a man, or if I had become the shadow they feared. And deep in my chest, a question I couldn't silence whispered back at me. Am I the monster now, or simply the justice she deserved? Michael called me first. His voice carried a mix of shock and satisfaction. "It's official." Richard filed for separation. "Papers are already in motion." I leaned back in my chair. "So soon?" "He said he can't stay in the same house without hearing you. But between us, I think he's terrified of her." I chuckled quietly. Poetic justice. Later in the cafe, whispers surrounded me. "She's the unstable one," a woman said behind her hand. Another man muttered, "Richard left her." "Can you blame him?" I stirred my coffee, smiling faintly. The same mouths that once mocked me now tore into her. That evening, Anna came over. She sat across from me, studying my face. "You've heard the news, haven't you?" I nodded. "Richard's gone. Elena stands alone." "She deserves it," Anna said firmly. "But tell me the truth. Does it feel as good as you imagined?" I stared at her. "I never imagined it. I never planned any of this. I stayed silent, Anna, that's all. And silence destroyed her more than my words ever could." She reached across the table, touching my hand. "Because silence speaks louder than revenge sometimes." I exhaled slowly. "Do you remember the day she called me insane in court? I thought my life had ended. Everyone looked at me like I was diseased. Now, when people look at her, they see the same sickness." Anna's eyes softened. "So the tables turned." "Yes," I said, almost whispering. "Completely," she studied me carefully. "And what now? Do you keep watching her fall, or do you finally start healing?" I frowned. "Healing?" "Don't look at me like that," she said gently. "Revenge feels sharp in the moment, but it doesn't last. Healing does. You've carried her weight too long. Maybe it's time to set it down." Her words hit harder than I expected. "Elena begged me to leave them alone," I said. "But the truth is, I never touched them. Their own guilt destroyed them. My silence was enough." Anna squeezed my hand. "Exactly. Which means you don't need to keep standing in the ruins. You're free. Free." The word echoed in my head, strange, heavy, unfamiliar. Michael called again later that night. "You won't believe this." Elena showed up at Richard's office, screaming. Security dragged her out. Everyone saw. "She's finished." "Finished," I repeated quietly. "Yes," he said. "People finally see her for who she is. They whisper the same word she once spat at you. Insane." I hung up and sat in the silence. The irony tasted almost sweet. Anna stepped into the room watching me. "Well?" she asked softly. "She wears the brand she gave me," I said. "And I didn't have to lift a hand." Anna nodded. "Then let it end here." I looked at her, uncertain. "And if she comes back? If she tries to drag me down again?" "Then you do what you did before," Anna replied. "You stay silent. Because silence was your sharpest weapon, and it already won." For the first time in years, I felt the corners of my mouth lift into something almost real. I whispered to myself, the one who branded me insane now carries that brand herself. And for once, I believed it was enough. The rain tapped gently against the glass as I sat by the window. For the first time in years, the world felt quiet. Michael's voice broke the silence. "You look different tonight." Lighter somehow, I tilted my head, and do I? "Yes," he said, pulling up a chair beside me. "Like a weight finally slid off your shoulders." I smiled faintly. Maybe it did. He studied me for a moment, then leaned forward. "Tell me something honestly. Did you ever do it? Did you ever haunt Richard?" I let out a soft laugh. "Why ask that now?" "Because I need to know," he said. The way he described it, your voice in the walls, your laughter in his dreams, it sounded too real. I looked back at the window, watching droplets race each other down the glass. And if I told you yes? Michael narrowed his eyes. Then I'd call you a liar because you don't look like someone who wasted energy chasing ghosts. And if I told you no? I asked. Then I'd believe you, he said, because the truth is they haunted themselves. I chuckled under my breath but didn't answer. His question hung in the air unanswered like smoke that refused to clear. Michael sighed. You're not going to tell me, are you? I leaned back. Some mysteries are better left untouched. He tapped his fingers on the armrest. So you'll carry that silence forever? Silence carried me, I replied. Why let it go now? He nodded slowly, conceding. The quiet stretched between us, and for the first time, I didn't hate it. Do you think Elena will recover? Michael finally asked. No, I said simply. She built her life on lies, and lies collapse eventually. Truth didn't need my help. It destroyed her on its own. Michael frowned. You really believe that? Yes, I whispered. Elena destroyed me with her lies. But truth destroyed her, he sat back, shaking his head. It still feels unreal, watching her unravel piece by piece, almost like something bigger was at play. Maybe karma, I said. Maybe guilt, he countered. Or maybe something greater, I added softly. He gave me a searching look. Do you ever wonder which it was? All the time, I admitted. But I'll never know. And maybe I don't need to, Michael exhaled. So what do you know? I turned to face him fully. I know this. I found peace not by revenge, but by watching karma unfold. His eyebrows lifted. Peace? Yes, I nodded. For the first time, I'm not chasing, not proving, not defending myself. I'm just here. Michael studied me carefully. And Richard? I shrugged. He left her. That's enough. Whatever haunts him now isn't me. Michael's voice dropped. So the voice, the laughter, the whispers, none of that was you? I smiled, letting silence answer for me. He leaned forward. It wasn't you, was it? I looked out the window again, the glass fogging slightly with my breath. The voice that haunted them was never mine. Michael's eyes widened. Then whose? I turned back to him, my gaze steady. It was theirs. Their own guilt screaming back at them. Michael stared at me for a long moment, then finally laughed softly. Then you really didn't need to do a thing? No, I agreed. I didn't. That's the cruel beauty of it. The rain eased outside, and the quiet felt deeper, cleaner. Michael rose from his chair. So this is it then? The end of it all? I nodded. The end. He placed a hand on my shoulder before leaving. Then start living again. You've earned it. When he left, I sat alone, watching the sky clear. For years, noise had filled my head. Accusations, lies, rage. Now there was only silence, and for the first time, silence didn't feel like a weapon. It felt like peace.